20, 30 meters from where I was laying. I'm gonna go and look at this. Is the other half of that area. This is not intended to be a park. There's no gates, there's no openings apart from those that people have made. Like this one, for example, where people have stepped through. It's not intended for people to be walking their dogs in or anything like that, which makes it a little more high risk. This is almost certainly somewhere that I'm not, that I shouldn't be. But the other side to that is I'm unlikely to have any, dog walkers just turn up, or the likelihood of other people going into this area. They would really have to have the intention of doing what I'm doing, or perhaps people without a home just looking for somewhere for shelter for the night. That's obviously always a possibility, but it's not like it's somewhere where kids are going to be playing football or people will be walking around just, recreationally. I think that could be a benefit in this situation. I'm unlikely to get people just stumbling upon me, especially in the middle of the night, of course. There's certainly more open space. That's not good news for stealth camping. I think I would be far more visible in here. Anywhere out here in the open, even though I'm with my bivvy bag, it's too much of a risk. I need to be under some cover. And it's just so little cover here. In this corner up here, there are more options. However, there's also housing up here. This is buildings at this end. These houses, I think I could arouse more suspicion, potentially. I'm also quite close to the road here. I think there'll be a lot more traffic there, but no more so than at the other end. Let's push our way through here, shall we? Oh, was this a mistake? I think it was. Okay, let's head back out. Next time I see you will be in about four hours or so when we head back down for the stealth camp. Please join me for the next part in this journey. Thank you for your support of the JW5-3 channel. Good evening. It's time. Let's do this. This is potentially the most dangerous, or let's say daring, of the stealth camp so far. I will be very, very close to people all night, probably. Being so close to such a busy road, it's definitely far higher likelihood of me being found. With it being so hot in the daytime, it really only starts to cool down about this time of night. It's now almost 10 p.m. Here it's very common for young children and elderly people and everywhere in between to be out until midnight, just because it's just so hot during the day that it's their time to breathe and get some fresh air is in the evening. So that's a slight concern in terms of stealth camping, because there will still be a lot of people about. I'm expecting until about now. A large roundabout now with a fountain on. That only comes on in the evening, of course. Still so much traffic. It's like rush hour at 10 p.m. The supermarket's just closing, so I guess we'll have about another half an hour or so for all the customers to leave and all drive away. I'm hoping in half an hour it will be a lot quieter. So if you remember from earlier, hey, you know what? That we looked at this afternoon, where I said there was less cover. It's far more open. There are fewer bushes and trees, but in the center it's completely dark because the street lights are nowhere near as close. This may be a better option. Maybe this is a better option. Let's make our way in. This is much better. I mean, I'm guessing you can't see anything on the camera, which is kind of how I need it to be. This is better. I don't want to walk around too much. I'm going to sit down. Guys, not sure if you can see me. So I think I'm going to stay in this spot. I need to keep my voice down. I need to stay down. I need to keep the camera off as much as possible. The problem is I didn't really check in detail like the ground here earlier today. I'm primarily focused on that other area. I don't know if there are ants here, if people are using this as a toilet. I don't know. I don't recall seeing any real signs of life, although I can see a couple of tissues on the floor, which is never a good sign. But it's too dark now for me to be able to really see the ground, and there's no way I'm turning my light on. But I have a sense that this is a safer option. I could always be wrong, of course. I've never done this before. Oh God. One of the other challenges here on this side is that the ground is really hard. In that other area, it wasn't quite as sparse. There was grass on the ground and it was just softer. It's going to make for a really uncomfortable night, I suspect. What have I got myself into? A family have just parked their car just 2 meters from where I'm sitting. move through to there's a clearing through here where there's some of the street light coming through. At least then I'll be able to see something. So I'm moving closer to the road for some light. I'm going back. There's a big group of people just over there. Just pushing through the bushes trying to get back to my stuff. Ow. Also, because the ground's so hard, it's an ASMR lover's dream. It's so crunchy and cracking as you walk on it. But in terms of stealth, it makes so much noise just to move around. My intention was to show you my kit for tonight and my food. Of course I was never intending on cooking here, but I did want to show you my dinner. Okay, I'm not even kidding. I think that's a police car. I saw her in the corner of my eye. Flashing lights, and I thought it went away, and then I heard a vehicle. Can you hear that? It's just sitting with the engine running, maybe 10 meters from me, but they're not parking. What are they doing? I don't think it is the police. I think my mind's just playing tricks on me. There's a car just sitting there. Why? Someone's getting out. Engine off. I'm eating something to calm my nerves. Yeah, it's pretty delicious. Thank you, Esther. Just me lying down. It's now 11 o'clock. So it's been an hour since the shop's closed. Just across from me. Almost everyone's gone home, it seems. This ground is so hard, it's almost like broken concrete, you know? So it hasn't rained for a while. I can't see the ground around me clearly at all. I have a headlamp in case of an emergency. I can use my Nightcore NU25 headlamp, and if there's an emergency I will, but if I can avoid that, then of course I don't want to blow my cover completely. Yeah, it's quite a wealthy little neighbourhood, so I don't want to take any risks with alerting local residents or the local community, especially this time of night. One of my biggest fears right now is dogs. It's not uncommon for people to walk their dogs really late at night here. It's so hot in the day that people usually give their dogs a walk in the morning, and then late at night. I'm hoping people don't just let their dogs roam around here. I'm a lover of dogs. I don't think a dog would just attack an innocent person for no reason, but it could be that I would startle them. A scared dog that's caught off guard like that could be slightly unpredictable. So I really hope that we don't see any dogs. Hello friends, it's 12 o'clock, midnight. Before I get into my bivvy bag and attempt to sleep, which seems unlikely, but before I do that, I am going to stretch my legs. You're going to come with me. So I'm going to try and make my way through the bush in front of me to a bit of a clearing. Let's see. So, I should really be careful just wandering around here. There's a path behind me, most of which is completely exposed. Not much coverage at all, and I'm here with this small but bright LCD screen on this camera. Stick out like a sore thumb. And on the other side there is where all the street lighting is, where the busy road is. And the pathway is clearly visible from even where I am now. But even if someone saw me, I'm hoping they just wouldn't care. It's too late at night to be worrying about what some guy's doing, hiding in the bushes. Let's see. Also the buildings in front. All the balconies look straight into this green area. I have an excellent vantage point. I should get back under cover. This was a risky move. I'm going to get back into my setup, get inside the bivvy bag, just get my head down and wait for a few hours to pass until the sun rises, and then I'll get moving. Okay, it's 1 AM. The road is still really busy. I've put my earphones in, just trying to quell the anxiety a little bit, just try and calm that down. So listening to some podcasts, just to pretend that I'm at home in bed, and yeah, let's see what happens over the next few hours. I'm pretty confident that all will be well, and I'll probably wake up at some ungodly early hour, but I think I'll be left alone. Famous last words, right? Well, unless something dramatic happens, I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Thank you for joining me so far. I'll see you in the morning. Buenas noches. Hasta mañana. Good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you for following. Take care. Hello. Okay, it's 2:30 in the morning. I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't sleep. But a vehicle just lost control on the road just beside me. And I'm gonna go and have a look and see what the damage is. A huge bang, massive bang. Must be some serious damage up here. I think the car drove away, but it took about 2 minutes to drive away. Scared the hell out of me. Only about 20, 30 meters from where I was laying. I'm gonna go and look at the situation, but police are gonna come, obviously. I'm assuming the vehicle hit bus stop or something. The bus stop just up here. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have a look. Let's take a look. It's 2:39 a.m. Some more debris here in the street. Okay, so spent about 2 hours trying to sleep, and just all of a sudden there was this crazy loud screeching for a couple of seconds, and then a bang. Then there was about a minute or so or longer of the vehicle trying to drive away, but it was like screeching and scratching and like the sound of metal tearing through the concrete, through the road. I'm guessing that car didn't get far, but so I quickly packed up because I thought, well, police are going to come. Obviously, I need to get out of here. So I just decided to quickly pack up, and I just went to the road there to see what the damage was, as you saw. And there's just 4 or 5 like big metal blocks. I think a vehicle lost control and smashed through like a signal box or something. It doesn't appear as though there certainly don't appear to have been 2 vehicles, unless both of them disappeared. But looking at the wreckage, like the debris, is all just like twisted metal. But it looked like, it kind of hit a signal box or like a traffic light box or something like that, and then disappeared. There was a guy there who said he was going to call the police. He was just driving past on his motorbike, and he stopped, and he said, "Oh, I'll call the police." And I said, "Well, look, I heard a bang, and I came to see what it was." And I said, "Well, was it 2 cars?" And he said, "Well, no." He said, "No, look, I mean, obviously a car's hit." I didn't understand exactly what he said. There's probably a specific term for this signal box or whatever it is I'm not familiar with. He didn't say semáforo. Semáforo is the word for traffic light. But anyway, so didn't quite get what he was saying, but he was saying that a car hit this thing and then disappeared. It sounded a lot worse than that though. Wow. I think the vehicle trying to drive away, whilst obviously in a bad way structurally, that probably was just as loud and concerning as anything else. But I couldn't stay there. I was literally camping like 20 meters, maybe possibly 30 meters from it, from where this took place, so I couldn't hang around.